Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah! And that's how you do it when you're a session guy.
Got all the notes sort of maybe right that time. Who knows?
That was take 2. What you missed, which was extraordinary, was his first take where I forgot to turn on the audio to the camera. So, if you're a YouTuber out there, don't forget the audio. Anyways, so what we're going to do is the same thing we did last week. I'm playing rhythm. He's going to play some leads. Maybe we'll go over rhythm approach too.
Yeah, sure.
And then after that, you know, who knows where it'll go to. Maybe some more pedal stuff. Who knows.
We'll bring in some dancing.
Exactly.
Something.
Something or other.
Yeah.
But the point is, he's here again, which is awesome. Check the links down below. As I said in the first video, which you might not hear, every time I post his YouTube link, it doesn't work. But he has one. It's Tim Pierce Guitar. Amazing channel.
Can't make it easy for you.
So
Can't.
go there, and then I'll post his actual website down below. And then there's going to be a soloing link down there as well. And just check the goodies down below.
Okay.
As for the soloing, let's zoom in for a closer look. Okay, so you're not going to see me, but you'll hear me.
Yeah, these are the chords.
Starts on E to A. And then the change you hear happen is C to D.
Yeah, the thing I really liked about this is it forces you, or it forced me, to play in E major, A major, and then E minor. That's kind of how I looked at it. So when we were over the E major chord, I think I started up in this range. It switches to A7, and they go by kind of quickly. They cycle around quickly, so you can play in E, and then switch to A7. I'll show you some of that stuff. And then when it goes from C to D, you kind of have to switch to E minor, and that's something I really love. I love breaking away from the major and going into minor when it goes from C to E, when C to D. Because you really can't get away with a major third over that C chord. You end up with, which, man, that sounded even worse than I thought.
That's like a wounded rhinoceros.
That's
or
an E
elephant or
major.
something.
Yeah, it's the E major, the third of the E major over the C. So I just realized why you got to switch to E minor when you play over a C chord. So let's get started. I think I started up here, kind of on the 9th fret, with my anchor being the index finger, string 3, fret 9. And this is kind of a southern rock approach to start it out with. Right, that kind of a thing. Which is pulling up on fret 11. And using these fingers to pull up, so you have the strength. You're not just using one finger. And you want it to sound up here, the 3rd note. And jump back there. And really, the chords are moving so fast that you really have to think about A7 immediately afterwards. And then that might be dropping down there. There's an A note right there on string 4, fret 7.
It's a shared note, though, which is good.
It is. It is. It's in the E7 and A7 have a lot of shared notes and some definite unshared ones, which actually are interesting. Because if they're unshared, you can go, check this out. We're in E7. Up here, we go to A7, we can go. That's a fun thing I like to do. You have this E7 triad. We've heard that on like Red House and stuff, right? And then for the A7, there's an A7 triad here that's inverted, so we can be in E7. And I think I threw in one of those. To be a little more technical about this, this is the 3 and the flat 7 of E, and then the flat 7 and the 3 of A, so they're inverted. It's the same intervals, but they're inverted for each chord, and that's why they're right next to each other. So E, and then A.
Nice.
Cool, right?
That little trick.
So the great thing about that chord progression is you have to really think about E and A a lot. So I'm going to demonstrate E and A. A, E. cycles around 3 times, and now you can go into E minor, which is just rock. You know, I did some like I used a drone for part of it. It's just an E minor pentatonic scale. So when it's going from C to D, I look at it as just jam in E minor. And even at the end, I did something like. And as usual, it's easier for me to go down than to go up. I only have a couple of licks going up. But even my licks going up have some down action in them. But I have a lot of high to low licks that I can choose. It's a kind of a secret that don't tell anybody. So what I did over that last E minor, the last C to D, I used E minor and I just played, I'll show you, kind of an E minor, E natural minor scale. I think that's what it's called. I don't know what the mode is. You probably do.
No, I don't.
Carry a little sheet of paper with the
Is
modes
it,
on them.
That or
No, it's
or
not
minor?
that one.
Yeah, it's just E minor.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just
Yeah.
E minor. So what I did was I just walked down into a couple of different positions. And that's just the way I like to kind of use my hand to create position shifts while I'm playing. Might be something as simple as that. I end up here, you know, I'm here, and I just drop my index finger down. I'm in a new position. Drop this
What
second
was that
finger
right
down.
there? What was that little
Check this. I'm in E minor, but it's kind of a D. I'm looking at a D.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I start here in E minor. That's good. You brought that up. Yeah, see? And now I'm in this kind of D position. And then I drop down to E minor again. And that's kind of a B minor. So the 4 positions for this scale would be E minor here, and then D here, E minor here, and then B minor here. Really typical of the kind of stuff I do.
One more time slow.
You got it. And I haven't played it the same way twice, but the actual philosophy behind this is to have your hand here, have your hand here, have your hand here, and have your hand here. These 4 positions, E minor, D, E minor, and B minor. And then play scales with your hand anchored in those spots. Slide down. Slide down. Slide down again. A little smoother. You can see it clearly, but the hand is here, the hand is here, the hand is here, and the hand is here. That's really the lesson to learn from what I just did.
What was that?
What?
It's like Stray Cats.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, a little side note. It just reminded me of little
Yeah.
Setzer.
Yeah, we all share the same riffs, don't we?
Yes. That was awesome. And I like the D position spot because it starts to sound all.
Yeah. I do too.
That's amazing. The amazing Tim Pierce. Once again, folks.
We're doing good.
Yes!
That was-
Always.
Very fulfilling.
It was. And it is for me every time you're here. And it makes me want to practice more.
Me too.
That's what everybody says, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go practice now. See,
Okay.
I think you inspire us all to play.
Well, I better keep practicing to try and give them more stuff to practice
so
on.
they can
maybe,
keep
huh?
practicing. Exactly. Exactly. See? So,
Keep
thank you.
practicing.
Keep practicing. And then maybe I won't even tell them what we're going to do next.
Okay.
It'll just be a
It's a
fun
surprise.
video. So this is the end of the first video. Part 2 is going to be, who knows?